Greetings and welcome back to Switch to Linux. Well, today we want to have a brief look at the development release of GIMP 2.99.2, which is going to become the GIMP 3 beta. And so this guy here brings us into a lot of more modern interfaces here. We have the GTK3 interface, more support for Wayland, which is awesome. And now you can select multiple layers, although I'm not sure there's a lot useful you can do. If you're moving stuff around, you still have to move them or link them directly. So we'll kind of look around. I also tried selecting multiple layers and doing some type of manipulation. Can't really do that either. Maybe that's just a function that's still yet to be out there, but we'll go ahead and have a look at that. Some of the other things we have a new plugin API, and plugins are now possible with Python 3, JavaScript, Lua, and Vala. Now, I do have to point out the stupidity of this splash screen. You people at GIMP, change this back. Like, what are you, SJW, pandering to nonsense, having your dog wearing the mask? Because we all need to wear a mask and be socially distanced with each other, guys. FYI, you know, Dr. Fauci, there is no science of masks, and we're just using it as a sign of solidarity. I'm sorry. Stop. Get that stupid mask off that stupid GIMP dog, all right? Stop your pandering. You're a free and open source software company. Go ahead and just be good and clear with free and open source software. Leave the political statements out of it. And yes, the mask is becoming a political statement. I guess even not wearing one is as well. But anyway, GTK3 based UI, so extra theming, which is good. Now, past themes are going to be incompatible, but it is going to be a little bit easier to work on different themes. A little bit better integration utilizing the basic default GTK3 theming inside of the system, however, which is very good because you change something in the system with GTK theming, and it's going to work very well. We do have a beta Flatpak. I believe there's also an app image there as well. In fact, if I head on over to OMG Ubuntu down here where they walk us through some of the changes, down here at the bottom, they have instructions for getting the Flatpak. Note that you do need to add the FlatHub beta to get that on there, and then you can install it from there. But they also have a app image available down here on OMG Ubuntu as well. So go ahead and head on over there if you'd like to look at that. Apparently, we do have a Windows and a Mac version as well. Here is a little bit of the image differencing. So here on the left is GIMP 2.10. This is the one that will be the proposed 3. And you can see it is a little bit cleaner, matches the system interface quite a bit better. Whatever is in the system is going to be matched nicely. And then, of course, you can do your extra theming. Icons are still a thing. Simple light mode, dark mode capabilities there as well. And here's multi-selection, although I'll indicate that the multi-selection is not going to work right. I'll be right back. My batteries on my mouse just died. All right, mouse back alive. So here you can see we can multi-select things. I haven't exactly determined the exact purpose other than multi-select to move them all into the same group at the same time, but I can't multi-select and do a manipulation, multi-select and move them all at the same time. I still have to link them together before moving. So we'll see what that's going to look like down the road later. So there's your basics. Let's go ahead and boot this guy up here so you can see it's the beta GIMP. And here is the pandering new load screen with the dog on the wearing a mask, which needs to go away before the final release, unless you really intend on this nonsense being permanent. All right, so let's see here. Let's get this guy booted up. Is it not going to work for me all of a sudden? There it is. All right, so here we are. We have our notice here. It's an unstable development version. Test bugs against latest get master branch before reporting them. So you can see the layout's pretty much going to be a similar thing, slightly different than I have mine set up, but perfectly fine and acceptable, pretty close. Let me see if I can I move this guy? Maybe this one's locked. Are you locked? Oh, no, it's just being slow to respond for some reason. Not sure what's being so slow to respond. It was working perfectly fine earlier. Then I started recording the video, and now all of a sudden it's slow to respond. All right, let's see. Let's head on down to Preferences, and we will have a look at our interfacing here. So, of course, here's your theme. The only theme we have is the system theme, and it has used the dark variant if it is available. So hit OK, and we're on dark theme just because I think that is how we have Pop! OS set up as well. So let's go ahead and jump on over back into the preferences again. So there's the dark theme. Here's, of course, your icon sets. So you can see your old legacies. You can see your colors, or you can go back to the symbolic, whichever one of those you like. Here's your toolkits. And then, of course, let's see, there's that, there's our folders, here's your temporary folders, swap folders. So all the other settings and everything else in here is pretty much going to be the same. Let's go ahead and open something up here. I imported in here the working copy of my science fiction novel Synaptergy. More information at synaptergy.com or tlm.li/s. And over here you can see it's a fairly complicated file, as book covers generally are complicated. So if I just go ahead and hide everything in the layers here, you can get down to the very, very bottom and see the book cover template designs. And you can see where I have my guides pushed out everywhere. I have my guides to indicate what's my bleed sections, what's my live sections. This allows me to build the system out. So there we are. There's a black background cover. The front covers are actually pulled in from, I don't have the front covers are all designed separately. Here's your back coloration there. There's my barcode. There's my price. And this is my book category there. Here is the about the book. And then there's my publisher logo, book title, author name. Nice little line there. That is the publishing logo, and then the about the author. So I have everything all set up here. So what I might do when I'm working on a book, if I can find things that are all in the same layering, so like this guy and this guy, and I think this guy, these guys here would all be part of a layer. So what I might do is I might put these guys into a group. So let's go ahead and do a binding group. And so what we used to have to do is put everything in there simultaneously. So it looks like I can now put everything into the same group at the same time, maybe. Are you going to work for me, Mr. Bug? Come on. Not seeming to be able to add anything to the grouping folder I just created. Interesting. Well, let's see. I am finding a few little weird things like this where I would figure I should be able to do a little bit more with this multi-selecting layers, but for some reason it's not really letting me do anything else with them. There it goes. I maybe just had to move things around a little bit. All right, so the one thing that always was lacking is if we moved the layer around, it didn't actually apply to everything. So we'll kind of see if we can do that. It looks like we probably still can't. So again, let's see. Yeah, you can see where it's going to allow us to move around just the one layer, but it does not apply everything in the group. Again, you just have to select everything like this to move them all with each other. So really nothing else has really changed other than just moving and organizing things a little bit better over there. I can't grab multiple layers here and apply any filters or anything. So nothing there has changed. That's fine. I mean, the easy ability to organize things is not bad. The biggest overall changes and things that we're going to see is a lot more streamlined, more in line with your modern theming. And it's going to work better with other GTK applications, particularly your desktop theming. You can see it integrates perfectly here with Pop! OS and the basic themings that we have. So there's that. Let me see if I can change the Pop! OS color palette as well. I think I can do that in this version. All right, so we're going to, come over here and go ahead and apply the light theme. And now, of course, everything turns light pretty flawlessly. I do like the dark theming quite a bit better, I gotta say. So let's go ahead and go back with the dark theming. See, actually, the dark theming actually seems to match the system, or doesn't match the system about the same. You'll see the light theming here is actually not matching the system quite the same. Let's see if we can change the preferences and fix that. You see, we're getting the default blue rather than anything from the theming. So let's do that. Hit OK. Yeah, that's actually, so the light theme, it's not pulling in all of your settings the same. Dark theming it is integrating here, at least on Pop! OS. So whatever that happens to be worth. As far as other work and manipulation, I think what I'll probably do is I do have another book cover coming up here soon. I might try and build it exclusively here on GIMP 3. And see, number one, let's test if it's backwards compatible. That's actually an important thing to keep in mind, because previous versions of GIMP, even using something from 2.10, is not compatible back to 2.8. So I could go forward but not backward. So as long as I can have backward compatibility, I will give this a try in another video and see what that's going to look like. But as far as all that's concerned, yeah, we actually, it does actually look really nice. You can, again, grab a copy of it, head on over to the OMG Ubuntu article here. I'll link that in the description here. Here's how to get the Flatpak, or you can download the app image. So it's coming out down the pipeline, looking pretty good, and can't wait to see it. And GIMP, please just change that loading screen. We don't need to pander to the mask society. So with that being said, thanks for watching, and we will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching this video from Switched to Linux. This channel would not be possible without the backing of the program supporters scrolling on the screen now. You can be a supporter at Patreon at patreon.com/TOMM or at thinklifemedia.com. I also want to thank the open source community who creates such excellent software that makes producing this show possible. Please remember to support your software communities. Thank you, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.